So, first unit, were you able to manage the first chapter?
Yeah, that was fine, teacher.
That was
Wait,
fine.
I had one question.
Yeah. What was it?
In the first exercise 1A, second question, part B.
In the first exercise,
1A,
second, okay, in the first exercise, 1A, 1A. 1A, part B, right?
second question, part B.
Okay. So here they have mentioned a shopkeeper takes 12 bags of coins to the bank. The bags contain the following number of coins: 150, 163, 158, likewise. Okay. Then each represent this information in a stem and leaf diagram. When it comes to stem and leaf diagram, first two numbers we have to use as stem, right? For the leaf, all
Yeah,
the
that
will be having only.
yeah, that one's fine.
Okay. Then each bag contains coins of the same value, and the shopkeeper has at least one bag containing coins with dollar values 0.10, 0.25, 0.50, and 1.00 only. Okay, each bag contains coins of the same value, and the shopkeeper has a least one bag containing coins with dollar values. This one. What is the greatest possible value of all the coins in the 12 bags? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Okay, now each bag contains coins. These ones, a shopkeeper takes 12 bags of coins to the bank. Hooray. The bags contain the following number of coins. Okay. Each bag contains coins of the same value. Each bag contains coins of the same value, and the shopkeeper has at least one bag. At least one bag containing coins with the dollar value of 0.10, 0.25, 0.50, and 1.00 only. What is the greatest possible value of all the coins in the 12 bags? Mm -mm, mm -mm. Each bag contains coins of the same value. Each bag contains coins of the same value, and the shopkeeper has at least one bag containing coins with dollar value. What is the greatest possible value of all the coins? What does that mean? They're asking.
Yeah, that's what I can't also understand. The question is pretty confusing.
Yeah, so here they have given the 12 bags. The coins nating these amount of the bags contain the following numbers of coins. Okay. A number of coins they have given, and the dollar value would be 0.110, 0.25, 0.50, 1.0 only. Now they are asking what is the greatest possible value of all the coins in the 12 bags? Uh-huh. Okay, each bag okay, so here, so we have a bag with 150 coins. 163 coins, 158 coins. Likewise, we have bags. So we don't know the actual value of these ones, actual dollar value, I mean. Then they are saying each bag contains coins of the same value, and the shopkeeper has at least one bag containing coins. Shopkeeper has at least one bag containing coins with dollar values 0.10, 0.25, 1.50, and 1.00 only. Okay. Okay. So at least one, there can be like multiple bags as well. So then, so here 150 bags, we have only one. 163 coins, එක bag එකයි. Then 158 also we have only one. 165 also we have only one. 172 also likewise. For each and every bag we have only one. Each bag contains coins of the same value, and the shopkeeper has at least one bag containing coins with dollar value this amount. එතකොට bags හතරයි. bags හතරෙන් එක ගානේ තියනවා කියලා කියන්නේ at least මේ හතරෙන් තියනවා කියලා කියන එක. What is the greatest possible value of all the coins? All the coins in the 12 bags. Okay. So, we have 12 bags. Each bag contains coins of the same value. Each bag contains the coins of the same value and the shop. Hare. Then that means each bag contains coins of the same value. That means දැන් මේ තියෙන bags හතර නම් එක එකක dollar value එකනේ මේ වගේ ඔක්කොම bags 12ක් තියෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ we have another two sets as well. එතකොට dollar values, if I consider the dollar value 0.10, 0.25, 0.50 and 1.0 විදිහට තමයි දැන් මේ dollar value එක complete කරන bags තුනක් තියෙනවා. මේ dollar value එක complete කරන bags තුනක් තියෙනවා. Then this one also we have another 3, and for this one also we have another 3. Altogether, that's how the එකකින් අඩුම තරම එකක්වත් තියනවා කියලානේ කියන්නේ. But we can't say
Yeah.
සමහර වෙලාවට එකකින් දෙකක් වෙලා අනිත් එකකින් වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි anyway at least එකක් තියනවා කියලානේ කියන්නේ. එතකොට now they are saying each bag contains, okay. What is the greatest possible value of all coins? What is the greatest possible value of all coins in the 12 bags? Greatest possible value of කියලා කිව්වහම ඉතින් වෙන්නේ what is that? Anyway, I'll also keep it and think. අපරාධ නැත්තම් waste of time. Other than that,
Yeah.
we can do the question, but the thing is we can't understand what is the context there. Again, the question which they have given for us is like a little bit confusing actually. Not little bit, they have not properly given it.
Given us the question.
Yeah. Okay, so shall I start with the chapter 2 then?
Okay, teacher. Yeah.
Okay. So here in chapter 2, we have the measures of central tendency. So now earlier one we already discussed about the stem and leaf things and ඒ වගේ දේවල්. From here we are talking about, in chapter 2 we are talking about measures of central tendency. So here in this chapter you will learn how to, these are the few things we will be discussing on here. First one is, now we are going to talk about the central tendency measures. When it comes to central tendency measures, that means there are 3 measures of central tendency that are commonly used in describe the average. Normally, when it comes to central tendency measures, mean, Mode, median are the most popular central tendency measures. What we calculate for this, what we normally calculate for a data set. So all these three values, we are given them kind of a common name, that is average. Harida. Then the mode
Okay.
is actually the most commonly occurring value, what we learned earlier as well. And for the means, that is, mean is calculated by normally dividing the sum of the values. It's also again an average, but average means actually the word which we normally used for all these ones. Mode එකටයි, mean එකටයි, median එකටයි, for all these three values, we are using average. හරිද? Then the mode is the most commonly occurring value, and the mean is calculated by dividing the sum of the values by the number of values as well. So again, it's also an average. Mean means we have to divide the row numbers and divided by the number of values. We have to divide by that count. Then the third one is the median is the value in the middle of an ordered set of data. That is the third one. Median means the middle number. So for this, now we use an average to summarize. We use an average to summarize the values in a set of data as a representative value. As a representative value, it should be fairly central to and typical of the values that it represented. Normally, from these measures, we will be describing the entire data set. So we use an average to summarize the values in a set of data as a representative value. It should be fairly central to and typical of the values that is represented. If we investigate the annual income, for example, they have given, if we investigate the annual incomes of all people in a region, then the single value, for example, which means the average income කියලා කියන එක, would be a convenient number to represent our findings as well. So, however, choosing which average to use is something that needs to be thought about, because we have three measures. So we should read the given context and identify what average we should, what average will be applied there. We need to select it according to the context, as one measure may be more appropriate to use them, the others as well. Deciding which measure to use depends on many factors, although the mean is the most familiar average. Shoemaker would prefer to know which shoe size is the most popular one. That means actually the mode. So a farmer may find the median number of eggs laid by their chickens to be the most useful, because they could use it to identify which chickens are profitable and which are not actually. So as far the average income in our chosen region, we must also consider whether to calculate an average for the workers and managers together, or we need to calculate those average values separately as well. And if it's separately, then we need to decide who fits into which category we need to decide. Okay, first read this part up to from here to here.
Okay.
It's clear, right? I think it's still,
Yeah.
what you have to know is, when it comes to central tendency measures, it would be a summary measure. It would be a summary measure which will represent the entire data set. And also,
Yes.
Amme, So then what will happen? That is the summary measures, and also as a it would be a representative value. And also the value, so it would be a representative value. We can average value which will represent the entire data. So what are those
Yeah.
three things? That is mode, mean, and median. Okay, my first summary. Okay, first read that part.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's clear, right? Then explore 2.1. Okay, now what they are saying, this is kind of a various sources which tell us that the average person would be laugh 10 times a day when it comes to average. So it can be either mean, median, mode, or any value. Those are some kind of examples what they have given as well. Then they ask us to decide it whether it's a mode, median, or mode, mean, or a median here. That is that.
So teacher,
Yes.
like either like no matter what kind of method we use, we are basically finding the middle value, right?
No, no. If it's median only, we are finding the middle value. If it's median
Eh,
only, we are finding the middle value. If it's mode, I mean, if we consider about the summary measure
yeah, yeah.
called mode, that means the highest frequency value. Whatever
Yes.
the value which represent more and more time, we can multiple times the highest frequency, the number which has the highest frequency. Here in the median means we have the middle value. But mode,
Okay.
median, and mean means anyway the are average. We just add all these ones and divided by
Yes.
of any.
Divide.
These
Okay.
three are like three different meanings. මේ තියෙන්නේ ඒ තුන.
Mm.
That's what we
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have the mode and the model class. Model class. So here the first part is how do we gonna calculate the mode and how it will differ from the other ones. Kiela, tamai for the first part they are doing. As you will recall, a set of data may have more than one mode or no mode at all. So here the following table shows the scores on 25 rows of a die where 2 is the mode because it has the highest frequency. So here we have the score on die and here we have the frequencies. So scores 1 to 6 is there. And then, so for the frequencies, we have 1 and 6, 2 and 6. Likewise, they have given the frequencies as well. So the first one, in a set of group data, because we have group data as well as ungrouped data. No? So for these kind of,
Yeah.
if we have like class interval that means the data is already grouped. එහෙම නැතුව raw data තියෙනවා නම් then that is actually ungrouped data. So here in a set
Yeah.
of group data in which row values cannot be seen, we can find the model class, which is the class with the highest frequency density. For example, find the model class of 270 pencil lengths given to the nearest centimeter in the following table. So for example, they have given the length according to the number of pencils. So 4 to 7, that is 100, 8 to 10, that is 90, 11 to 12, that is 80. So likewise, then the highest frequency value would be what? Actually, not the highest frequency value, that is the highest frequency density class. So how we
Mhm.
see the difference? It's not the highest frequency. When it comes to group data now, we have to consider the highest frequency density. එතකොට ඒ highest frequency density means how we gonna calculate that highest frequency density? We should divide this frequency by the what we call then length එක ගත්තත් here we have 4 to 7 and 8 to 10 and 11 to 12 නේ. We are not use this one as the actual ranges, no class intervals, no, because we have
Yeah.
to consider and convert it into intervals or limits are again we need to convert it like that. Then 4 becomes 3.5, this 7 becomes 7.5, this 8 becomes again 7.5, this 10 becomes 10.5. Likewise we need to we should make it as a continuous one. එතකොට මෙතන තියෙන
Yes.
3.5 to 7.5. Here it's starting from 7.5 up until 10.5. Here we have starting from 10.5 up until 12.5. So here we have the number of pencils to calculate the highest frequency density. I mean the frequency density. We should divide this frequency. That means according to the context, we should divide the number of pencils by the class width. So class width means 7.5 minus 3.5. That is the class width.
Yeah.
So that means here 4. Then 100 divided by 4, that is 25. 90 divided by 3, that is 30. And 80 divided by 2, that is 40. We do this. Why? See, the classes are not with the same width. මෙතන තියෙන 4 ඉඳන්
Yeah.
10ට. So here we have 8 to 10. Here we have 11 to 12 නේ. These class widths are not equal. That's why we have to consider the highest frequency density. If all the class intervals width, I mean the width of all these class intervals are equal now, then we can consider the frequency only. හැබැයි මෙතන the intervals are not කියන්නේ the gap and the what we call that the width is not equal නේ. ඒක නිසා we need
Yeah.
to consider the density. That's the difference in between those two. Is it clear?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
So then according to this, now what will happen? The highest model class, actually the model class would be, I guess 11 to 12 because that is the highest
Yeah.
frequency density value, which is 40. That means 10 to 12 is the one. Then we can draw the frequency density table as well. So for this side, we have the frequency densities for the as the y-axis, and as for the x-axis, we have the lengths. That's how we normally calculate it. Okay.
Okay.
Then that's it. Okay. Now check whether the worked example is clear for you.
Okay.
Okay, that's also fine, right? Shall we do only the 7th and the 8th questions, practice questions as in class ones? Then I
Okay.
mean, yeah. 7th and the 8th questions.
Okay, teacher, done.
Yes. Okay. So here, no questions, right? No.
Those two are fine, teacher.
Those two are fine. Okay, if I move to the mean, this one also we have already discussed. So anyway, for the mean nung, the mean is referred to more precisely as the arithmetic mean, and it is the most commonly known average. So the sum of a set of data values can be found from the mean. Suppose, for example, that 12 values have a mean of 7.5. So then what will happen? So they have given the mean. So the mean value is 7.5. Number of values are, that is 12. Then we know that mean is equals to sum of values should divided by number of values. Now, this 7.5 should equals to sum divided by 12. No? Then the total
Yeah.
value is 7.5 times 12. That is done. We already know.
Yes.
You will soon be performing calculations involving the mean. So here we introduce notation that is used in place of the word definition used above. Now what will happen? We use the uppercase Greek letter sigma. This is sigma. That is the capital sigma actually. So uppercase Greek letter sigma within sigma. That means this is actually the notation for summation. To get the total, the meaning add කියලා කියන එක we represent it with summation. This is sigma.
So like for sum of values, we can represent that using the sigma.
Yes. For example, this like this. So here let's assume you have x1, x2, x3 up until x10 කියලා values තියෙනවා කියලා. Then we need to add it like this, no? x1 plus x2
Yes.
plus likewise up until x10. Then what we can do, we can write it in a short way. Sigma I samanai 1, I equals 1 to 10 xi. See, so xi means here this I changes from 1 to 10. එතකොට this sigma.
What is I?
Xi means the index. I metana monkey to get the
Yeah.
we have x1, x2, x3, x4 up until x10. Ehenang metana we have to start from here, start from 1 up until 10. We can write it like this. So make a expansion term would be x1 plus, x2 plus, x3 plus up until x10.
Okay.
Is it clear? That is the notation we have. This is for the addition. You can to get the total value. Hari.
Okay.
Then written sigma to represent sum and x bar to represent the mean, where x represents our data values as well. So the notation used for ungrouped and for group data are shown on separate rows in the following table. So here for the ungrouped ones none, that means row data set. So what we have to do, we just need to add all these values and divided by the number of elements. But if it's grouped values now, then there we have a like a mid value එකක් තියෙනවානේ. We have to calculate the mid value, midpoint, and also if it's a grouped data set now, then there we have the frequencies as well. Then to get the total number of data values, it would be sigma f. That means the total frequency. Then to get the sum of values, that means sigma xf. We'll do some examples. Sigma xf. Then to find the mean, what we have to do, this value should divided by the total number of frequencies. Is it clear for you? How this sigma s works? No, right?
Yeah, a bit confused.
Okay. So here, let me show you it with an example. See. Now, here we have find the mean of the 40 values of x given the following table. Now, this one is 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. So, they have given us the frequencies as well. How you gonna find the mean of this kind of a table? So we have the values.
Um,
You're gonna make a
we multiply we
and
multiply
we
the 31 like 31
yes,
times 5, for
we
example.
first
Yeah.
multiply 31 times 5, then 32 times 7. Likewise,
Yeah.
then that means there we have xi fi. See,
Okay.
becomes this value, xi becomes these values, fi means the frequency values. So first one will be x1, f1. The second one will be x2, f2. Then the third one will be x3, f3. That's how now we get the total value.
Yes.
So then
Yes.
we just add all these values together and then we should divide it by the total frequency, right? එතකොට
Frequency.
we need to
Yeah.
add f1 plus f2 plus f3 plus up until කොහෙට හරි යනකම්. Then this
Yeah.
one, we can rewrite it as sigma I සමානයි 1 to here 1 2 3 4 5 no 1 to 5 xi fi should divided by sigma fi. That's how
Okay.
the notation comes. That is what
Okay.
here they have mentioned as well. Sigma xf what, sigma fx what. That is the multiplication, whatever we are doing. Whatever we are doing.
Yes.
31 times 5, 32 times 7. එක ඉතින් මේක මෙයාගෙන් multiply කරා, though we multiply 7 times 32, the same answer we receive no. එතකොට ඒක
Yes.
නිසා we have sigma xf or sigma fx to find out the mean. That means this total value should divided by sigma f. That's how it is.
Okay.
Okay. Then, okay. Can you check with the worked example 2.3 now? Whether it's clear for you and the notations and those stuffs. I'll just erase these ones.
Okay. It's clear.
Clear. Okay. Then that part also done. Then we have the, okay, this example we already discussed. No, so that's one also fine. So then we have, okay, then we have combined sets of data. So when it comes to combined set of data, so here what will happen for the combined sets of data? There are many different ways to combine sets of data. Combine sets of data. However, here we do this by simply considering all of their values together to find the mean of two combined sets. So for example, let's assume we have a data set called X and data set called Y. We just wanted to to have the mean value of this entire data set. Entire data set means the whole set. ඒ කියන්නේ x ගේ y ගේ ඔක්කොගෙම එකතුව. Then what we have to do, to find the mean of two combined sets, we divide the sum of all their values by the total number of values in the two sets as well. So for example, by combining the data set 1, 2, 3, 4 with the data set 4, 5, 6, we obtain a new set of data that has 7 values in it. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 likewise. Then note that the value note that the value 4 appears twice as well. So they have given that the 4 has appears twice. Now what we have to do? If we consider it individually, so individually the sets have two means. That is, for the first data set we have 1, 2, 3, 4. No? We need to add those 4 and divided by 4. For the second data set we have 4, 5, 6. So 4 plus 5 plus 6 should divided by 3. That means 5. Then the combined sets have a mean of this value. If we consider the combined data set and divide it by the total number of values, that means 4 plus 3. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 and should divided by 4 plus 3. Then the mean value will be 3, 4 over 7. This amount will be the value. So anyway, combined means we need to add those two values together and consider all those values as one group and find out the mean. See the example here. A large bag of sweets claims to contain 72 sweets. 72 sweets having a total mass would be 852.4. And for this 24 seats now we have 282.8. What is the mean mass of all the sweets together? So what we have to do? This one now
So it will be
we need to add
852.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
need to
part
add
we
these
have to
two
get
and should
total.
again we need to add these two as well. And then we
Yeah.
should divide those two totals. That would be the easiest way.
Yes.
That is done. Then this example. So for this example, here we have a family has 38 films on DVDs with a mean playing time of 1 hour and 32 minutes playing time. For example, we have 32 films now. The mean value is for that 1 hour and 32 minutes. So here they also have 26 films on video cassettes with a mean playing of, here we have 2 hours and 4 minutes. Now they are saying find the mean playing time of all the films. What do you think what will happen?
So here we have to add the films on DVD and the video cassette and then divide the mean time. Sorry, add the mean times. We have to get the total. Here the mean times
To
we have
get
to
the total.
multiply.
Right. To get the totals, එතකොට first එක total එක හොයන්න we need to multiply this mean time
Yeah,
with 38. So for this one also make එහෙම totals ටික අරගෙන then we have to divide it by another total number of this one 38 plus 26. It's clear for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then in worktext, okay, this one is now we already know. Okay, then we have the next part. So here for the means from grouped frequency tables. Now then when it comes to calculating mean, earlier we calculated mean for group data and ungrouped data as well, but those ones were not actually those ones were for ungrouped data. හැබැයි ungrouped data උනාට එකක් with the frequencies, but the other one is for the general normal raw data set. Now here, if the data has been grouped, when data are presented in a grouped frequency table or illustrated in a histogram or cumulative frequency graph, then we lost information about the raw values. For this reason, we cannot determine the mean exactly, but we can calculate an estimate of the mean. So we do this by using mid values to represent the values in each class as well. So we normally use the formula. That is what I explained you earlier. So the x bar would be sigma, that to get the total of xf should divided by sigma f as well. Sigma f means the total frequency. So given in key point 2.2, to calculate an estimate of the mean, where x now represents the class mid values as well. It's clear, right, for you?
Yeah, it's fine.
So here, can you remember if it's with the class intervals now, what you have to do is you have to first calculate the mid values. Otherwise, for the mid value means the lower limit
Midpoint. Yeah.
we should divide it by 2 and we need to calculate the mid value. So mid value එක තමයි we need to multiply with the frequencies, relevant frequencies. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ දෙන්නව තමයි අපි add කළා we should divide it by that. හරි?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the method. Okay. Just check whether the worked example 2.7 is clear for you.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, that's also done. When gaps appear between classes of group data, so the class boundaries are that for those limits, we call them as the class boundaries, should be used to find the class mid values. So the following example shows a situation in which using incorrect boundaries led to an incorrect estimate of the mean as well. If you use this kind of a if you use the incorrect boundaries, then the final answer also will be incorrect. Check the worked example 2.8 as well.
So teacher, then what are the correct mid values here?
What are the correct mid values here?
Like they have given incorrect ones, no?
They have given incorrect ones. Calculate and calculate an estimate of the mean age of the group 50 students, where there are 16, 18 year olds, 19, 20 years olds, 14,
I'm the teacher. I read it wrongly. This is the correct one.
yeah, this is the correct one.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the correct one. Yes. So in some cases, what they have defined is, I think, so if it's 18 to 19, and then let's assume it was from 20 to 21, then again 22 to 23 now, then if you take the mid value, 18 plus 19 should divided by 2 means again, what is the value? That is 18.5, no? Then anyway, for the 20 and 21, addition of these two should divided by 2 now. That would be 20.5. So see, etokota, that value becomes incorrect. The mid value becomes incorrect. So what you have to do is you have to first make it like our boundaries continuous when vidhiyata hadagena. First we need to make those boundaries as a continuous one. Etokota, this will become 18. Again, 17.5 to 19.5. This will become 19.5 to 21.5. Likewise, then the answer would be correct. So you should consider about the boundaries.
But in here they haven't done that.
Because here, see, here they have for the first class interval, it's up until 19. No? Then here they are again
Yeah.
starting from 19 as well. Mukut magayarenne naha.
Ah,
There's no
yeah.
values. There's no values in between those two. Etakota nothing
Okay.
but a continuous one. Whatever they have given is already itself a continuous one. මැද gap එකක්
Yes.
හිටින්නේ නැහැ. I told like මෙතන 19 තිබිලා then if they started from 20 මෙතන මේ මැද
Mm,
gap
yeah.
19.1 19.2 up until 20. එතකොට
Yes.
we lose normally all those values, but here they have done it correctly.
Okay. Okay, teacher.
Okay, that's also correct, right? Okay. Now, up to this point, it's done. Okay, can you do the these red color questions? 17, 16, 15, those ones. Those ones, and also this 11th question. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
11th, 11th, 15, 16, 17th. Yes.
Okay.
Hiroki, and also um actually my wedding is on next Jan. So I have a quick discussion with my the florist. It will take like
Uh-huh.
20 minutes wage, but I'll be back around 4:30. Shall we continue right shall we continue around 4:30? 4:30 to 5:36 වගේ වෙනකන් කියලා I'll complete
Or
the
else teacher, at what time is your discussion starting?
discussion start around 4 වගේ 4ට 10ක් වගේ තියලා but
Uh,
to like go there
yeah.
quickly. Yeah. What is your
Or
suggestion?
else teachers, I'll do the questions at home.
Okay.
Because these ones are kind of easy to
These
understand.
ones. Yeah.
Let's do the theory part that we
Okay.
can cover,
Okay.
and then let's restart.
Okay. Sure.
We have.
අපිට කොච්චර වෙලාවක් යයිද යන්න බරයන්. Okay. Right. හැබැයි so I have already put a pick me as well. So shall I stop here and give me some time? So I'll connect with you and update you in 4:10 වගේ වෙනකොට. Shall I tell you? Is it okay?
Okay,
Not
teacher.
fine.
Or else, teacher, let's stop now. And once, like,
Yeah,
after like
කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. Yeah,
6:30 or
that's fine.
7,
Okay, sure. I'll
we'll start like 6:30 or 7, teacher. Like,
6:30 or
there's no rush, teacher.
Okay.
Let's start at 6:30 then.
Okay. Let's start at 6:30 then. Thank you. I'll be there. Okay.
Okay, no worries. No worries,
Okay.
teacher. Take your time. It's
Bye.
fine. Bye.
Bye.